All right, so we're going to do a deep dive into this new TV series concept called Dinner with Elvis.
Interesting.
Now I know what you're thinking.
Yeah, another Elvis show.
Right, exactly.
Wow.
But hold on, this one's got a twist. It's like Lost meets a celebrity conspiracy theory with a dash of The Truman Show.
Whoa.
All thrown in for good measure.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
So what's really fascinating here is how the creator, L'Oreal Buys, uses this outlandish premise to explore some pretty profound themes. Like the nature of fame, the burden of legacy, and the ethics of manipulating reality itself.
All right, so it's not just about Elvis.
Right. It's about the illusion of celebrity and what happens when that illusion is shattered.
Okay, I like where this is going.
So the basic setup is this.
Okay.
We've got a secluded island, a luxurious paradise, but the catch is...
What's the catch?
It's inhabited by celebrities who are all supposedly dead. You're offered a chance to join them.
Okay.
A new life, all expenses paid.
Wow.
But you have to fake your own death.
Oh.
That's where our protagonist, Rico, comes in.
Okay.
He's our window into this world, and his journey really highlights the moral dilemmas at the heart of the story.
So he's like our everyman in this crazy situation.
Exactly.
Okay.
Rico is a fascinating character because he's not a celebrity.
Right.
He's an ordinary guy thrust into this extraordinary situation. He's grappling with real-world problems like financial instability, wanting to provide for his family.
Sure.
And this offer to fake his death seems like a solution.
Yeah, I could see that.
But it comes at a cost.
There's always a catch.
Right. And that cost becomes clear when he arrives on the island and realizes...
Things aren't quite what they seem.
Oh, boy.
He meets Elvis.
Really?
Living under the name Aaron.
Aaron.
Yearning for a normal life.
Interesting.
Which makes you think about the price of fame, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
How even the king of rock and roll craved anonymity.
It makes you think.
It really does.
Yeah.
It's a powerful commentary on the way we idolize celebrities, how we project our own desires onto them, and how that can ultimately be destructive.
Yeah.
Elvis's desire for normalcy is a reminder that these icons are still human beings with their own vulnerabilities and desires.
For sure.
And it's not just Elvis. There's a whole cast of characters, each representing a different facet of fame and its consequences.
I like it.
We've got Tupac leading a congregation.
Wait, what?
But with hints of rebellion simmering beneath the surface.
Oh, wow, that's juicy.
Princess Diana.
Okay.
Worried about becoming irrelevant.
Yeah.
Struggling with the feeling of being trapped in this manufactured reality.
Right.
John Lennon channeling his frustrations through art.
Yeah.
Starting to question the true purpose of the island.
I'm seeing a pattern here.
What's interesting is how Buys uses these familiar figures to explore the psychological impact of fame, the need for validation, the fear of being forgotten, the constant pressure of public scrutiny. Each character is grappling with their own demons.
I see.
Their own struggles to reconcile their public persona with their private selves.
Oh, that's good.
And then there's the whole Mandela effect aspect.
Oh, yeah?
Which adds a layer of mystery and uncertainty to the whole thing.
I like it.
Bob Marley, for example, acts as this kind of spiritual guide.
Interesting.
Hinting at the possibility that some residents aren't there by choice.
And that their memories have been tampered with.
So there's like a sinister element to it.
Exactly. This is where the concept gets really interesting for those not familiar. The Mandela effect refers to this phenomenon where large groups of people misremember the same detail about a past event.
Like the Berenstain Bears.
Right, exactly. Now, whether it's a real phenomenon or just faulty memory is up for debate. But in the context of the show, it raises some unsettling questions about the nature of reality and the possibility of manipulation.
Ooh, that's getting creepy.
It is.
Right.
It's like how much of what we believe is actually true. And who gets to decide what's real and what's not?
That's a good question.
Exactly. That's what makes the show so thought-provoking. It plays with our perception of reality, forcing us to confront the possibility
that our memories, our very understanding of the world, could be unreliable.
That's a scary thought.
It is.
Yeah.
Things take a pretty dramatic turn.
Oh.
When Jeffrey Epstein arrives on the island,
no way.
It throws everything into chaos.
Wow.
And raises serious questions
about
who's really in control.
Right.
His arrival acts as a catalyst, exposing the cracks in this seemingly perfect world.
Yeah.
Suddenly, the residents, and Rico especially, have to confront the darker implications of this manufactured reality.
So it's not all just fun and games anymore.
Not exactly.
Right.
They start to wonder who is pulling the strings and what are their true motives.
Ooh, that's a good cliffhanger.
It is.
Right.
And that's when we meet another key player.
Okay, who?
John F. Kennedy.
What?
Apparently, he's one of the island's founders.
So JFK is alive.
Well, in this reality, at least.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. JFK's presence adds another layer of complexity to the story. He explains that the island was initially intended as a sanctuary.
Right.
A place for these icons to escape the pressures of fame.
I see that.
But it evolved into something far more sinister. A controlled environment.
Okay.
Where the residents' memories are manipulated and their realities are shaped for a supposedly greater good.
Oh, I don't like that.
Right.
It's never good when someone says that.
And that greater good involves using the Mandela effect to influence global events.
So they're rewriting history.
Essentially, yes, to create a world they deem better.
And who are they to decide that?
Right.
Right.
This is where the ethical dilemma really comes into play.
It's getting heavy.
It does. It raises questions about the dangers of playing God.
Right.
The hubris of believing that you have the right
to manipulate reality.
Yeah.
Even with good intentions.
That's a slippery slope.
It is. And it makes you wonder.
Yeah.
Is a world built on a fabricated reality,
right,
even if it's for a supposedly noble cause, truly a better world?
That's the question, isn't it?
It really is. That's the central question. And as the series progresses, the Mandela effect starts to unravel, revealing the cracks in this carefully constructed illusion.
Okay, so things are falling apart.
Exactly.
Wow.
The Islanders, and Rico especially, start to question everything they thought they knew.
That's going to be terrifying.
Absolutely.
Right, yeah, it's like pulling on a loose thread.
Right.
And the more you tug at it, the more the whole fabric starts to unravel.
Exactly.
And for the Islanders, that unraveling is terrifying.
Right.
Because their whole reality is built on this carefully constructed web.
Of manipulated memories.
So it's not just about forgetting whether there was one or two F's in Jif peanut butter.
Exactly.
This is their entire lives we're talking about.
Yeah, imagine waking up one day.
Right.
And realizing your memories of your family, your friends, your entire life might not be real.
Wow.
That's the existential crisis these characters are facing.
And as this doubt creeps in, it fuels a growing rebellion.
Oh, really?
We see figures like Tupac and Malcolm X stepping up and challenging the island's authority.
So they're not just going along with it.
No, they're not.
Right.
They see this manipulation as a form of imprisonment.
Yeah.
No matter how luxurious the prison might be.
Makes sense.
Malcolm X is particularly interesting because he represents this unwavering belief in individual freedom and self-determination.
Yeah.
He recognizes the inherent injustice of a system that claims to be creating a better world.
While simultaneously stripping individuals of their autonomy, their right to choose their own path.
So he's not buying the whole, we know what's best for your argument.
Not at all.
Interesting.
He sees through the paternalistic facade.
Okay.
And understands that true progress, true happiness can only come from genuine freedom of choice. Even if those choices lead to mistakes or conflict.
It seems like this tension between individual freedom and collective control is a major theme running through the whole series.
Absolutely.
It forces us to confront some fundamental questions about the nature of society and what we're willing to sacrifice for the sake of stability or security. Are we willing to give up our individual freedoms, our right to dissent for a supposedly more harmonious world?
That's a tough question.
It is.
And where does Rico fit into all of this?
Right.
How does he navigate
this increasingly volatile situation?
Well, Rico's journey is one of awakening.
Okay.
He starts out as this reluctant participant,
right,
drawn in by the promise of financial security, a chance to escape his problems.
Yeah.
But as he witnesses the islanders' struggles, as he grapples with the moral implications of what he's involved in, his perspective shifts.
So he goes from being a pawn
to
becoming a player.
Right.
Making choices that could have significant consequences.
Precisely.
He becomes a catalyst for change.
Yeah.
A symbol of resistance against the Isler's control.
Okay.
And his ultimate decision, whether to restore the system or let it collapse, is a powerful statement about
the value
of individual agency and the right to self-determination.
Let's talk about that decision.
Okay.
Without giving too much away.
Right.
What can you tell us about the choices Rico faces and the potential ramifications of those choices?
Oh, I'm listening.
Well, on the one hand, he could restore the system, maintain this fabricated reality, and ensure a semblance of stability for the islanders.
But in doing so, he would be perpetuating a lie, condoning the manipulation and control that he's come to despise.
It's the classic devil, scenario.
Exactly.
Right.
He could choose the safe option, but it would be a moral compromise.
Exactly.
On the other hand, he could choose to let the system collapse, to shatter the illusion, to expose the truth, but that choice comes with its own set of risks. It could lead to chaos, conflict, even violence.
So there's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation.
It really is.
And that's what makes Rico's decision so compelling.
I can see that.
He's forced to weigh the potential benefits against the potential consequences, knowing that either way, there will be a price to pay.
We've talked a lot about the ethical and philosophical dimensions of Dinner with Elvis. Yeah. But let's shift gears a bit and talk about the actual experience of watching the show. What kind of tone or mood does Baez envision? How does this all play out visually?
Well, imagine a visual landscape that's both seductive and unsettling. You've got this idyllic island setting, lush tropical landscapes, luxurious accommodations. It's paradise on the surface. But beneath that surface, there's a creeping sense of unease, a feeling that something is not quite right.
So it's like a postcard come to life.
Exactly.
But with a dark undercurrent.
Right.
The cinematography would be key here.
I can see that.
Baez imagines a style that blends elements of surrealism and psychological thriller.
Oh, cool.
Think about those moments in The Shining. Where the camera lingers just a little too long on an empty hallway.
Right.
Or those jarring cuts in Requiem for a Dream that disorient and disturb the viewer.
So it's a visual language.
Right.
It's designed to keep you off balance.
Exactly.
To mirror the psychological unraveling that's happening to the characters.
Precisely.
The visuals would be an integral part of the storytelling.
Yeah.
Not just providing a backdrop, but actively contributing to the atmosphere of paranoia and suspicion that permeates the island.
And what about the music?
Oh, yeah.
Given that it's a show centered around Elvis, I imagine the soundtrack would be pretty significant.
Absolutely.
The music would be another layer of storytelling.
Yeah.
Used to heighten emotions, create tension, and even offer subtle commentary on the themes of the show.
I like it.
Imagine a haunting rendition of Heartbreak Hotel, playing as Elvis, now Aaron, walks along a deserted beach, reflecting on his lost life.
That's good.
Or a remixed version of Changes, as Tupac leads a protest against the island's authorities.
Wow.
The possibilities are endless.
Right.
And that's what's so exciting about this concept. It's not just a TV show. It's a multi-sensory experience.
I like it.
That draws you in and makes you question everything you see and hear.
Okay, I'm officially hooked.
Me too.
I need to see this show brought to life.
But before we wrap up, I'm curious about one more thing.
Okay, what is it?
We've talked a lot about the Islanders. their struggles, their choices.
Right.
But what about the people behind the curtain, the ones orchestrating this whole thing?
Right.
Do we get a glimpse into their motivations, their justifications for this elaborate manipulation?
You do.
Okay.
And this is where the series really delves into the moral complexities of playing God.
It's a big question.
It is.
The people behind the island believe they're acting for the greater good, that they're creating a better world, even if it means sacrificing individual freedom and manipulating reality.
It's that old ends justify the means argument.
Exactly.
But is it ever truly justified to sacrifice individual freedom, even for a supposedly noble cause?
That's the question the show forces us to confront. It really makes you wonder.
Yeah.
Like, how much control do we really have over our own lives?
Exactly.
Are we all just pawns in a bigger game?
It's a good question.
Manipulated by forces we don't even understand.
That's a question that's been pondered by philosophers and artists for centuries.
Yeah.
Dinner with Elvis just puts like a modern pop culture spin on it.
Okay.
It takes this fear of being controlled, of having our reality manipulated, and makes it visceral, relatable.
I think that's what makes this concept so unsettling.
Right.
It taps into a very real anxiety that we have about the nature of truth in the age of information overload.
Right. It's like with deep fakes, AI-generated content, and the constant bombardment of conflicting narratives.
It's hard to know what to believe.
Absolutely.
It's getting harder and harder to discern what's real.
And this show, it forces us to confront that unease head on.
Yeah.
It asks us to consider the possibility that even our most cherished memories, the things we hold to be true about ourselves and the world,
could be fabrications.
Exactly.
It's a chilling thought.
It is.
But it's also a necessary one.
Right.
So, getting back to Rico's big decision.
Okay.
Which way does he go?
Does he choose the stability of the fabricated reality?
Yeah.
Or the uncertainty of the truth? Let's just say Rico's journey is one of self-discovery.
Okay.
He comes to realize that true freedom lies not in accepting a comfortable lie, but in confronting the harsh realities of the world, even if it means facing pain and uncertainty.
His decision has profound consequences.
It does.
Not just for himself, but for the island. And potentially
the entire world.
So it's not just a personal choice.
Right.
It's a choice that could reshape reality.
Wow.
As we know it.
We've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
Fame, death, the Mandela effect,
the
nature of reality itself. It's a lot to process as we wrap up.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear your final thoughts.
Okay.
What do you think is the most compelling aspect of this concept? What will stay with viewers long after they finish watching?
For me, it's the way Dinner with Elvis uses this outlandish premise to explore such deeply human themes.
I agree.
It's a story about identity, belonging, and the search for meaning in a world where the lines between reality and illusion are constantly blurred.
It's a story.
It is.
That will make you question.
Yeah.
Make you think. And maybe even make you look at your own life a little differently.
And isn't that the mark of truly great storytelling? It doesn't just entertain. It challenges our perceptions and leaves us with lingering questions.
Exactly.
So for anyone out there who's tired of the same old rehashed TV tropes, I think Dinner with Elvis is a concept worth paying attention to.
I agree.
It's fresh, thought-provoking, and potentially groundbreaking.
I think it could be.
A story waiting to be told.
I couldn't agree more.
And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe someone listening will be inspired to bring this vision to life.
That would be amazing.
That would be.
Well, folks.
Yeah.
That's our deep dive.
Into Dinner with Elvis.
We hope you enjoyed the journey.
We did.
And we'll see you next time.
For another exploration of wherever our curiosity takes us.
Until then.
Yeah.
Keep questioning.
Keep exploring.
And keep an open mind.
That's the best advice we can give.